The observation deck of the Galactic Way Station hummed with the murmur of 1,000 alien voices. Derek pressed his palm against the transparent aluminum viewing port, watching the swirling nebula outside paint the darkness in shades of violet and gold. 3 months stranded here, and he still wasn't used to the sight. "Excuse me, Mr. Human?" Derek turned to find a small alien child staring up at him with 4 enormous eyes, each blinking independently. She couldn't have been more than waist-high, her skin a pale blue that reminded him of Earth's winter skies. Delicate antennae twitched nervously atop her head. "Hey there," Derek said, crouching down to her level. "You okay?" The little girl's translator collar flickered. "Are you lost too?" Something in her voice, the universal tremor of a scared child, made Derek's chest tighten. "What's your name, sweetheart?" "I'm Zixel. I can't find my clutch mother." Her antennae drooped. "We were at the food court, and I turned around and she was gone." Derek glanced around the crowded deck. Hundreds of species moved past them, some with tentacles, others floating on anti-grav platforms, a few that looked like walking crystals. Finding one specific alien in this chaos would be like finding a needle in a cosmic haystack. "All right, Zixel, let's find your mom together." He extended his hand, and after a moment's hesitation, she placed her tiny 3-fingered hand in his. They navigated through the station's labyrinthine corridors, Derek asking questions while Zixel described her clutch mother. Tall, green scales, worked as a trade negotiator. Standard protocol would be to take her to security, but Derek had learned that way station security moved at the speed of bureaucracy, which was to say, glacially. "Mr. Human, why are you lost?" Zixel asked as they passed a vendor selling bioluminescent plants. "I'm not lost exactly. My ship broke down. Been waiting 3 months for a part that keeps getting delayed." He smiled wryly. Turns out human-compatible engine components aren't exactly a priority in this sector. 3 months? That's almost a full cycle. Zixel's eyes widened. "Aren't you scared?" Derek paused at an intersection, checking the station directory. "Sometimes. But being scared doesn't help much, does it? You just keep moving forward." They checked the food courts, all 7 of them, with no luck. Derek noticed how other aliens gave them a wide berth. Humans had a reputation out here. Aggressive, unpredictable. The species that had clawed their way into space through sheer stubborn determination, while most civilizations waited for proper invitation into the galactic community, the 4th food court. Zixel started crying, a soft whistling sound that made nearby aliens scatter further. Derek sat down on a bench and let her lean against him. "It's okay to be scared," he said quietly. "Want to know a secret? When my ship first broke down, I cried too." Zixel looked up at him. "Really? Really? I was alone, far from home, and everything felt too big." He gestured at the station around them. "But then I realized something. Being lost is just another word for not there yet." "That's not very logical," Zixel sniffled. "Nope. But humans aren't very logical. We're stubborn instead." Derek grinned. "Come on. I've got an idea." He led her to the station's central comm hub, a place he'd become familiar with during his forced stay. The Quillian operator, a being that resembled a cross between a porcupine and a tree, looked up with multiple eyes. "Derek Human, you are not due for your daily parts inquiry for another 4 hours. Different problem today, thorns." Derek lifted Zixel onto a chair. "We need a station-wide announcement." "Lost child. Negative. Station policy prohibits non-emergency broadcasts." "Look at her," Derek interrupted. His voice carried that edge of steel that made other species nervous. "She's terrified. Her mother is probably losing her mind somewhere on this station. Make the announcement." The operator's quills rattled, a sign of agitation. But there was something in Derek's stance, in the protective way he kept one hand on Zixel's shoulder, that made the alien reconsider. Humans were known for their irrational attachment to offspring. Any offspring, apparently. "Very well. But if there are complaints, send them to me." The announcement rang out across all station levels. Derek and Zixel waited in the comm hub, and within minutes, a towering green-scaled alien burst through the doors. "Zixel, clutch mother." The reunion was loud and wet. Zixel's species apparently cried through their skin. Her mother scooped her up, all 4 arms wrapped tight, before turning to Derek with glistening eyes. "How can I possibly thank you?" "No thanks needed." Derek smiled. "Just take care of her." But you must let me repay this debt. Name anything. Actually, Derek said slowly, an idea forming. You said you're a trade negotiator? 2 weeks later, Derek stood in his ship's engine room, watching as the final component clicked into place. Zixel's mother had called in every favor she was owed, cutting through 3 months of red tape in a matter of days. The engine hummed to life, systems coming online with a symphony of beeps and chimes. On the console, a message waited. Thank you, Mr. Human. I hope you're not lost anymore. Zixel Derek laughed, typing back a quick response before beginning his pre-flight checks. Not lost, kiddo. Just on my way. As his ship pulled away from the way station, Derek realized something. In helping one small alien find her way home, he'd remembered something essential about humans, something that made them stand out in a galaxy of logical, orderly species. Humans didn't just survive being lost. They turned around and made sure nobody else stayed lost either. It wasn't logical. It wasn't efficient. It was just who they were. And maybe, Derek thought as he plotted his course back to Earth, that was the most human thing of all.